How's this year been for you? How's 2023 been for M Huncho, man?
Very good, very, very good. I'm blessed. God blessed me with a little daughter.
Blessings, man.
Um,
Congrats.
so for me, thank you, my brother. For me, that's my inspiration right now. That's my that go-to for motivation, and that gave me a brand new life.
Yeah.
And even the year before, I was obviously because of the baby and so on and so forth for like, from the start of basically 2020, 2022, about just after I done a tour in March. But just after that, I've been dropped Chasing Euphoria, my album. And yeah, I was just in a very weird space, just becoming a dad. Like I was just in a very weird place. Um, and yeah, just off the back of that, leaving the label and going into independency, which I knew that I was gonna do,
Yeah. Was
was
that always the
also,
plan?
yeah, and it was definitely a good, morale boost for me anyway.
Yeah.
Just knowing that I'm gonna be in a situation that's gonna be a whole lot different to what I was with, and it just mainly has to do with being understood, and having the right people
Right team and everything.
and the right team around, man, that understands the culture, understands where man's coming from, understand how man escaped where man's coming from,
Yeah.
and all the negatives and the pros and the cons of what this is, what I'm trying to say. So I feel like, yeah, this year, especially because of my daughter, it's been a great year for me. Just watching her grow up.
How are
It's
you
obviously
finding fatherhood?
best thing ever.
Yeah, man. That's love.
Um, and obviously for me, I've had my dad in my life, what I'm trying to say. So, um, I might have not had the best relationship with him growing up, but one thing that man do understanding, these people, they go above and beyond for you. Your parents will always do that for you.
Always.
So yeah, being a dad feels great. Um, but yeah, really, man, I'm back on my shit, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? I'm back on my trap
yeah.
shit. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Talk about, you just mentioned, obviously, what providing that's the most gangster thing to you. Like, a lot of people don't get that. It's like you're in the game to like change your life. You're not trying to get in the game and go back to the same. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, look, you can still be G'd up.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
trying to say? But
course.
the end goal is different. As you grow up and as you get older and older, you understand that what your priorities are, and you understand that what you need to be doing to make yourself great.
Yeah.
And in essence, like for me, I've seen everything in man's life, bro. Man's seen the worst, man's seen the best. Man's seen heartbreak, man's seen fucking hundreds of thousands in cash money. Man's seen so many things, that man can't even speak about.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't regret any of it, but definitely it taught man a lot. And obviously now that man's got a daughter, man's got more to live for, realistically, you know what I'm trying to say? That's just the bottom line. When you have more to live for, why would you want to die young?
Change your perception.
Yeah, like, and don't get me wrong, man still pull up to the ends. I still hail up who I need to hail up. I still can do that without a mask on, because my reality is different to other people. So yeah.
Dope. All right, so I first heard of you through Kenny All Stars Man About Bars. That was like 5-6 years ago. Like you shook the scene big time, because obviously we had UK trap wave artists, but the way you did the melody and used a little bit of auto-tune, it was completely different to what else is out there. Like, did you expect the reception that you got when you first came out? Like?
Irrelevant people have doubted me. My G on my right and my left, that's Ramsey and Jamie, they know how to handle beef. Well done with a hint of some pepper, no salad please. 2 summers ago, yeah, I handled heat. Fell on my face, now I'm on my feet. My shoes are designer, they call me Timmy Turner. Winter time, it's getting cold, I really need a burner. I pour up a 4 of the lean in a thermos. Smoke up and pour up and laugh at these clowns in the circus.
So, growing up, like, I didn't really know what a studio looked like.
Yeah.
I've never been to a studio until that Mad About Bars, when I went to go record that. I wasn't really a studio person. I didn't know what a studio looked like. I wasn't really interested. I was just an avid listener of great music. I listened to a lot of R&B growing up, a lot of Fugees, a lot of Lauryn Hill. I listened to a lot of Nas. My first album that I ever bought was The Blueprint by Jay-Z. Like I was a real rap fan, what I'm trying to say?
Real rap.
Wu-Tang. It was just, for me, like, it was just, that was, I'm born in the 90s, bro, early 90s. So for me, it's like, that was it for us, innit? And then obviously in man's teenage years, you had the you know, 50 Cent,
Yep.
Get Rich or Die Trying, which for me, arguably one of the best albums, if not the best album of all time.
Yeah.
You know, obviously every generation has
Yeah,
their
yeah,
own.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, like I was just an avid listener of good music, and I never listened to UK music like that. So for
Fair.
me, yeah,
Okay,
like,
okay.
obviously I knew
You knew who's who, but it's not.
No, I did listen to UK music. Let me word that again. I did listen to UK music, but I was very selective. Like I knew who was good at quality control. I know whose music sounded good sonically, and you know, one thing that I've always said is that melody is gonna last forever in music. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and I'm a rap fan saying that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So for me, you know, I never knew.
Some of the R&B elements to like. How would you describe your
For me, it's just, you know, combining melodies from a different culture into black culture to make it sound the way it does. That's what it is. So it's like combining, just say for example, Middle Eastern melodies into black rap music, which is two different cultures coming together to create something good. So when you've seen it in the past with, you know, the likes of Timbaland doing that with sample flipping, how historically significant are those songs that Timbaland used to put out, and that's what he was very good at. He was putting two cultures together, and understanding that, you know, sonically it will just sound crazy. So for me, that's where the melodies really come from, you know, like, and you know, I never knew it was gonna do what it's gonna do. For me, being where I come from, man was just making music for the man, and for man's brethren. We would send it to one another and so when I released that, like even the Mad About Bars, like that was a slot that opened up by accident because the rapper that was actually meant to do it didn't turn up. So I got called last minute to do that. It felt like a diss in the first place, but at the end of the day, it did. I'm playing, bro.
Big up.
No, it definitely wasn't, you know, a diss for me. Man was, you know, knee deep doing, you know, so much different things outside. And man actually genuinely saw it as an opportunity that was given to me that is kind of like a golden ticket, you know, like that. So
when you drop that, obviously talk about what part of London you're from, and like, talk about that.
I'm from Northwest London. Lived there all my life. Proud to be from Northwest London. Been through ups and downs in Northwest London. Seen a lot of stuff in Northwest London, you know. But one thing that I'm really happy about, you know, being from where I'm from, is that it was the most multicultural borough in the whole of London. So man came across people from all walks of life, all races, all backgrounds, and there was just a sense of, I guess, everyone related to each other, you know. Because Northwest is such a small place, they used to clump people up into, you know, the same areas. And for me, where I'm from, it was, you know, it was the same thing. You got basically all people from ethnic minorities clumped up into tower blocks or an estate. So there was a sense of familiarity with just us, you know what I'm trying to say?
Trying to get to the next day, innit?
Yeah. But you know, coming from where I come from, man, it's tough. You know, it definitely is tough. But I don't regret any of it.
Does it shape the man you are now? Like
100%. And I feel like, you know, there's not a lot of musicians from Northwest London like that, that are, you know, that have established and they're still going. I've got a cool fan base apart from like, you know, a few, and yeah, like that was that for me, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? But you know, I've always been a man. You know, I love Northwest London, but I've never actually situated myself with a specific place, or, you know, I'm from here. I fuck with
the whole of
I fuck with man, like, you know, I fuck with these youths or them youths. I've never been that guy. For me, I've understood that money is an international language from young. You know, if I'm doing this, or if I'm, you know what I'm trying to say, doing that, you know, the only thing man was interested in is how to get revenue and then how to turn that into residual income. From young, that's what man's been interested in.
Hustlers.
So the whole, you know, chilling with these man and chilling with them man, and then for me, like the whole gang thing was just you know what I'm trying to say. I understand it. Don't get me wrong. I understand it. Some of these things, you know, you're born into it. For me, man could have been born into it as well, but I guess my mentality was just different. So, you know, I fuck with a lot of man from Northwest, all over Northwest. You know, some people that have beef with other people, but they know where I stand, innit? If you see each other, just don't do anything in front of me. No one's there.
All right, cool. I've always kind of struggled with this when it comes to you. Like, are you a rapper? Are you a singer? It's like the lines are blurred a little bit. Like, what would you say?
I'm an artist.
Okay.
I'd say I'm an artist because for me, music is just, I enjoy making music, innit? So someone can say, yo, like, yeah, I miss M Huncho when he used to drop music like this. Like, I don't give a flying fuck. Do you get it? Because I enjoy it. When that comes again for this, this person, if they want to hear that M Huncho again, it will come at some point. You know what I'm trying to say? But a man makes so much music, and I like so much of my own music that I would want to put out so many different variations of it. So yeah, I'll call myself an artist. I feel like my last album, Chasing Euphoria, was very slept on personally, but I'm not gonna sit down here and dwell on it.
I think that's your best project personally. Still, that's like.
Because you're a music man, innit? That's what it is. You're a music man. I feel like a lot of people, they can't really, expand their mind beyond that. If this was any other artist in, from the UK or whatever, like, man, it would be very quick to give them their flowers. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't, like I said, I don't mind if I don't get my flowers. We're in a fucking garden. You see all them
beautiful big garden.
You see all them garden beds. You see all them flower beds there. They're gonna have, serious flowers in them because I like to plant my own. But I feel like for what I've got with My Neighbours Don't Know, it's just more of that trap and that grimy element of things and how of what I'm really good. It's really what I'm really good at. Just talking my shit. Got my melodies in deck. Got my content on point. And yeah, I'm talking my reality. I'm talking my truth.
How are you finding the independent grind now, like compared to?
Number one, man's obviously signed with like distro. You know what I'm trying to say. So EGA, like the first black-owned distro in the whole of Europe.
Big up Colin.
Yeah, and big up Colin as well. And for me, that's a big thing. Especially it being the first black-owned distro as well in the whole of Europe as well. It's good that finally someone took that step to. You know what I'm trying to say? And it was Colin that did that, and he's a smart man, and I respect him a lot, and he's a very transparent person. He will always be real with you. And they've got, not just me on their roster, but they've got other artists as well on their roster that are all, blooming and all doing very good things in their respective fields. And I find it just easier working, with people that relate to man more, and people that understand it. Yeah, man.
It's important, man. It's most important.
Like for me, I don't see Colin and I don't see the team at EGA. I don't see them like as a man that work 9 to 5 because I can message them at like 9 p.m. and they'll respond to man. I'm trying to say, or like 1 a.m. I'll message one of them. Like if they're awake, they'll respond to me. I'm trying to say they don't just look at their phone and say, I'll pick this up at 8 a.m. tomorrow when my job starts.
I remember when you came out, like people were kind of putting you under the UK drill category because you wore the mask and without actually listening to the music. Like, did that bother you? Did it offend you? Like, what was your thoughts when people were putting you under drill? Like, it's not really the type of music you make or whatever. Yeah.
So if man wanted to put me in a category, like I don't care. Like I feel like my attitude towards things is very carefree. Like if you think I'm this, cool. If you think I'm moist, cool. If you think I'm this, cool. If you think I'm a pussy, cool. Like, bro, I'll own it. Fuck it. Like, do you get it?
Yeah.
Fuck it. If you think that, cool. But I think everyone's entitled to their opinion. If they want to put me, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Even I'm not one of them guys. If someone's gonna have an opinion on me and I feel like it's a negative opinion, I'm not gonna hold it to heart. I'm never gonna take it personally. Each is entitled to their own. Same way I think. How I think. I think, if I listen to a song and I don't like the song, like that's my opinion. It might be a hit song, it might be 10 times platinum, but I don't like it.
Straight.
Do you get it?
10 times, I don't like it.
It's just I don't like it, and that's where it is. So when people put me into that bracket in the beginning, I don't really care because when they finally do come across this into my music, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that ain't drill."
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
This is cold. That's it. That's all they're gonna take away from it. They're gonna be like, yo, this is cool. This man can make a song.
A proper song.
That's what it is. I can make a song with a hook and a verse and another hook.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. In this game, man need to know how to make a song.
It's important, man. Some people still can't make songs like full body, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Like look, I think songs are what people need to be making. You know, I'm trying to say that. Of course, don't get me wrong, the freestyles are cold. I've done plenty myself. I came off a freestyle. Right. You know what I'm trying to say? But I think songs are very important to, showcase to people what, you know, what you can actually do musically, and how you can, you know, have a structure to your music, and so on and so forth. Sometimes obviously experiment. A man's got music that's got no structure, but it still sounds like it's a song, you know. But I just, my main thing with music is just have fun, like, bro. I'll go upstairs in my yard, I'll have a shower, I'll come downstairs, wear my best clothes, I ain't going nowhere. Imagine that, I ain't going nowhere. I'm putting on my best jewelry, putting on my best shoes, I'll come down fucking...
Let's get you to the mood and the vibe. And
I'll feel myself like a wanker, bro. You get it? Feel myself like a wanker, and I swear to you, I'll spaz on a beat. I'll spaz on a beat, and I'll be sitting on bangers. Even right now, I'm sitting on bangers. Like, not even My Neighbours Don't Know. My Neighbours Don't Know is... I listened to My Neighbours Don't Know already plenty times, but I'm sitting on bangers, but this is what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, for me, it's just more about having fun and feeling yourself, and then just, you know, just being you, innit? And for me, I've got a sense of humor. You know what I'm trying to say? I've got the melodies and all the things you're talking about, but I've got a personality that I'd like to
come through in the music, though.
And obviously man's got a lot of pain as well that I'd like to come through with the music. But yin yang, innit? Balance.
Balance is important, bro. Balance. All right, so why did you come out with the master? What was the thinking behind you, like, not revealing your face and your identity? You
know? For me, it's mainly got to do with just like minding my business and you minding yours. You know what I'm trying to say?
Simple as that, innit?
It's as simple as that.
Simple.
You mind your business, I mind my business. If you like my music, go listen to it. Go stream it on all DSPs. You know, one's there. If you don't like it, I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt. You know what I'm trying to say? And just, I like my privacy. You know, like all I ask for is, you know, all I ask for is a little bit of privacy. Give me my space. I just want to tell you my story and my pain. That's it.
Fair, isn't it?
Yeah. So for me, also the mask for me is a brand. I feel like it's a brand. I feel like if artists like MF Doom could have accomplished it with what they did, and they're legends in this game, I've got 4 or 5 MF Doom vinyls. And you know what I'm trying.
He's a big fan of.
Like that, like rap for me in especially American was like, you know, was period. Like that was the thing for me, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? And obviously in the UK at that point, growing up, there was majority grime, garage, which is cool and everything. Don't get me wrong. I obviously listened to grime and garage here and there, but you know, because man's from here, but like man was very swayed towards like listening to actual hip hop, actual rap from that side of the pond. So even when it comes to quality control, like there's some music that I make that I won't like, because I don't feel like it'll have the same quality as the other side of the pond. I wouldn't change my accent. I wouldn't do none of that. I'll still be myself. I'll still be a UK man. But I feel like when it comes to quality control, like man should always, you know, take from different people and different countries. Like even French music, I feel like French music is mixed very well. I feel like French music is cold. I listen to French music. Even
they get the numbers, you know, they get mad
numbers aside, because I feel like that's a pressure that's been added onto so many artists. You know, numbers. You got any, you know, Tom, Dick and Harry just talking about numbers, but well, man need to understand the intentions man started this thing with. It wasn't for money, and it wasn't for numbers, and it wasn't for plaques. And obviously if these things come, then it's a big, huge blessing for man, you know what I'm trying to say? But in its totality, for man, like, man's just, you know, the way man see it is, man was a dope boy, man's not a dope boy no more, you know, like that, or whatever. If man still is, you know, like that. But like, it just takes you, for man's intentions was just to make good music and great music, and just, you know, bring something different to the table, something that, you know, no one else can do. Because I can do what they can do, but they can't do what I can do. So
I think you've got a unique sound. Like,
I dare anyone to replicate my sound in the UK. So, and when you do it, just, you know what I'm trying to say, just make sure you do it on a song with man, so I can spin man, you know, like that.
Noble. So obviously we've had people like K-Trap, Quang Face, they did the big face reveals and stuff. Could you see yourself doing it at any time? Is that just not part of your steez, man?
I feel like I've come too far in the game to do that, man. I feel like I'm too established to do that, number one. I feel like number two, I don't really need to. Because I'm still minding my business. You get me? Mind your business. You know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like, you know, if that time does come, like, you know, I don't know when it will, I'll be honest with you, but if it does come, then it will just happen itself, you know? I'm trying to say it'll probably be a reason behind it, which I'll probably explain to you if it does happen. I'll make sure you're the first one in there, yeah?
All right, so before we get into the album, or the new project talk, got a quick fire round for you. So First one, give me 3 reasons why you love London.
I don't. I don't.
Yo, you don't say?
No, I'm joking, man.
Right.
You know what it is? As much as I say I don't love London, man actually is like emotionally attached to London. You know what I'm trying to say? I love London
innit?
because of Northwest London. That's number one. And number two, I love the culture that we've built over here. You know what I'm trying to say? Like just street culture, whatever, youth culture.
It's ours, like.
It's just, you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's universally all over the UK now. Yeah, you can go into like Shropshire and that, and
Same
the culture's
there,
like spread there. You know what I'm trying to say? So
which is mad.
and free when they do have the right food, the food blood.
Who are 3 UK artists that you're rating right now, and why? Current.
Nipper.
Yeah, big up Nipper.
Nipper, I think Nipper's cold.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine. I fuck with Nipper. I think his music's cold. I feel
Any
like.
collabs on the way?
We actually haven't worked.
Yeah, that'll be. A good
But
one.
man's linked him and like unlimited times. Like man, like he's. I actually call him a brethren. To me, I just see him as Nipper. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yo, little bro, go shop for man right now. I'm joking. Get me a fucking Thai sweet chicken and a Rubicon mango. Nipper.
That's funny.
But nah, he's man's brethren, and all banter aside, I feel like he's such a talented person, man. And he's got this energy, bro. He's just got like, he's like a Duracell bunny blood. He just never stops, like, never stops. I think Nipper's definitely up there. I think Steve Drive. You heard of Steve Drive before?
No, I'm late. What? Steve Drive?
Yeah, he makes trap music, and for me, like my next goal is obviously to, you know, shine light on the underground trap scene. And I feel like definitely big, and man feel like man need to shine on it. Obviously, there's 2 different sides of it. There's the street side of it, and then there's the out side of it. But yeah, so he's kind of from the street side of it. Steve Drive, I've worked with him. He's on My Neighbours Don't Know.
Okay, I'm gonna check.
And I respect his thing, and I feel like he's cold.
Yeah.
So he's number 2 for me.
Okay.
And number 3, I'm probably gonna say this young kid called Kamal.
Yeah, I know him.
Heard of him, yeah?
Dope.
He's also a Northwest Londoner.
Yeah. Repping.
And he's musically out of this world. Like, I want to join him, and I'm gonna put Jim Legacy with him as well.
When I mentioned Jim, you know,
because I feel like they're just such different type of artists, and they have so much to offer, and they see music from so many different perspectives. So I gotta give them both their flowers. Yeah, definitely.
That's a good top 3, so top 4. Yeah. All right, so your new album, My Neighbours Don't Know. Firstly, what don't the neighbours know?
I got the thing in my yard and my neighbours don't know. Sold a lot of drugs that my neighbours don't know. Did a lot of shit that my neighbours don't know. Immigrant life and my neighbours don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? My neighbours don't know nothing. You know, when you go from the ends, and the specific environment, when you go to the burbs, you know, people just look at you on how you dressed and how you look, and because obviously the area would be a majority of a specific race, and you know, they're not comfortable with seeing, you know, change. And for me, you know, a lot of these people that when I moved to the burbs, they didn't know. They didn't know who I was. I was just getting funny looks. Feds come to my driveway and all of this kind of stuff, like, and it's like, you know, I'll be sitting in my car in the driveway, and the feds will pull up and say, like, why are you sitting in your car? I'll be like, broski, this is my driveway. You know, don't ask me stupid questions. But you know, I feel like you know, I made my whole tape in my yard.
Okay.
And my neighbours didn't know.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to say, they didn't know that, you know, M Huncho just lives next door, and he just, you know, just put down probably one of the best bodies of work this year.
Heard some tracks, man.
So yeah, that's what they don't know, but they're about to know, aren't they?
About to know. All right, so this album, I feel, has got some big shoes to fill. Following your last album, Chasing Euphoria.
Yeah.
I'll be real, it's taken me a little bit of time to get into the whole UK trap wave, but that album I feel was 10/10 across the board. Like, you really showed different melodies, different approaches and stuff.
I feel like with Chasing Euphoria though, I feel like it wasn't a trap tape. It wasn't a trap wave tape. It was more of a musical tape. Man came at it from a very musical angle. Man was making beats from scratch. Man's even got production credits on more than 4 songs or something.
Sick.
And you know, I feel like it was very musical, yes, but I feel like in the UK they're not really with the changes, or they're not really with, like, I can guarantee you if it was anyone else, man are sucking them off. I can guarantee you. Oh yeah, it's a why, but man are saying, yo, Dookie just did this. Oh yeah, he's cold. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But like, when it's very selective, innit? Because I know a lot of artists that also produce.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're underrated?
Do I feel like I'm underrated?
In the UK scene, yeah.
That's a good question. I don't feel like I'm underrated. I feel like I don't
Get the flowers.
No, I don't even care about flowers. I just feel like I need to be at a different level to where I am.
Okay.
Even that aside, actually, no, I don't feel like I'm underrated because I rate myself. You know, like
That's
that. I rate myself.
thing, innit? Really, like,
for me, that's the most important thing.
true.
I don't feel like I'm underrated. I just feel like, you know, when you're in a small place like the UK, man need to be collabing and man need to be working with all the artists, you know what I'm trying to say? And a lot of these artists aren't available, or whatever, they don't want to work with you, or whatever the fucking, you know what I'm trying to say? Whatever the politic is, or the agenda is, you know, like that. And for me, like, that's what I think stops growth, innit? But, you know, I've come to terms with the fact that, like, I just gotta be me. I just gotta think I'm the best, and you know, I've got to get this bread. You know, like that.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. So for me, it's really just that. So I don't really think I'm underrated. I definitely do think that I definitely need more support. But I've got my core fan base to thank as well. I feel like they've always been there for me.
They ride for you still. I see the way they interact with your music and just you anyway. But like,
yeah, they're definitely there for man. So I fuck with my core fan base very heavily. But you know, anything else is an addition. We're in an age where, you know, music is doing very well in the UK. So you never know. Next time you buck me, I might be in Bel Air.
Like, how would you say you've grown musically between Chasing Euphoria and My Neighbours Don't Know?
I'll be honest, bro. Like, that whole growth and like, man's grown now.
You just
get it?
Consistent.
So CJ Chasing Euphoria was musical, man, done everything from scratch. See this, I treated this like I treat the bando. I treated this like how I treat the trap. I went in there and I smacked it out the park. Do you get it? I'm giving 10 out of 10 for every fucking hook, every verse. I'm going in there and I'm just going nuts. You get it? And I'm talking my trap shit. And you see, for that, man, just need to feel myself and I need to have fun. For me, this is fun. This tape was fun.
Do you have dreams of like cracking America? Is that a thing?
Yeah, naturally though, man. Naturally, it's never been a force. Like, you see the song that you like, The Game Is The Game, for example. It's with another artist from America called Peasy. We connected naturally. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, just naturally, man, I was chatting to him, he was chatting to me, whatnot. He's fucking with man's music, vice versa. That man went out to Fashion Week in Paris and he came there as well.
What was that experience like?
What, Fashion Week?
Yeah.
I love fashion, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? I love fashion, and even a lot of people don't know that, because when they see me wearing clothes, it's like they don't know where it is.
Right, exclusive.
You know what I'm trying to say? They don't know where it is because, you know, it don't have the LV all over it, and you know. But you know, Fashion Week is
it's a vibe.
It's a vibe for me, man. I like going there. I like connecting with, you know, people and especially, like, you know, some of these shows that I go to, the models, like, especially like the male models that are walking on the runway, for example, like so many of them come up to me like, bro, I'm a huge fan, and I rate their thing because I know what they do is not easy. But yeah, overall, like, I'm very into fashion. Like, I've, you know, about to soft launch our own brand called MYB.
I was gonna ask you that, like, have you got label or something?
Yeah, it's called MYB, stands for Mind Your Business, because that's what we do.
That's gangster.
And yeah, like, obviously, first collection, I've, you know, released a few shorts, socks, caps are coming, caps are online as well, but they're dropping soon. T-shirts and hoodies, but even with the T-shirts and the hoodies, they're, you know, part of My Neighbours Don't Know merch. So the only actual brand items will be the shorts, the socks, and that's it. And obviously, we're working on our next drop is in production now. Where, you know, man's doing some real stuff. Man launch fashion properly, man. Do a soft little launch, you know, you know, something man them can buy a small amount, whatever. Like, it's all about building, like, you know, I think the world of myself, and I feel like I can achieve anything that I put my mind into, you know, like that. So
Good way
that's
to think, man.
that's what I'm working towards, bro. You know, like that, in a place where, you know, man's coming from places where people only clap for you when you fail. So
It's a shame, man.
yeah, it's a shame.
Damn
So
shame,
you know, man's making sure that, you know, I don't want to hear claps,
Yeah.
because that's how I know I'm doing well. So yeah.
Any last words for the fans, man? Look to the camera. Shout them out. Anyone you wanna?
First and foremost, I want to shout out you, JP.
Respect, man.
Secondly, I want to shout out to my team. Thirdly, I want to shout out to EGA. I feel like all my brothers and all my sisters that I was working with, man, they're really uplifting, man, and they're giving man a new, you know, a new incentive and a new morale boost. I want to shout out Northwest London, you know, like that. Shout out the people them. And honestly, I want to shout out the people that supported man from the start, and the people that are just getting to hear my music now, and the people that hate me too. I love you.
Motivation, isn't it?
Yeah, motivation, and you man are wet. But yeah, honestly, for me, that's the people that I want to shout out, to my listeners, my core fan base, the people that have, you know, taken man out from places, very, very dark places, and given man light, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel to follow, you know, like that. So that's who I want to really shout out. And yeah, for me right now, yeah, this is the start of something great, you know. Let's get cracking.
New chapter,
man. Let's get cracking.
Appreciate your time,
Brother, man.
Love,
Thank you.
love.